2010 was another year in which the Universal Peace Federation continued to show its deep commitment to building a world of peace. UPF carried out over 200 activities in almost 80 nations, many of them in support of the United Nations mission.
Through its global network of individuals and organizations, the Universal Peace Federation is dedicated to building the culture of peace.
UPF has been bringing together people from all walks of life, building partnerships for peace.
Government leaders, faith leaders, academicians and women leaders, youth leaders, business leaders from the private sector, all are needed to work together collaboratively.
With the Universal Peace Federation, which is the able UN, which lifts up faith in God, we will accomplish our goals.
International leadership conferences held in over 20 nations inspired prominent figures with the founder's vision of one family under God.
We are sharing the best value that different nations and different continents has about family, about our life, about religion.
I'm particularly encouraged by Reverend Moon's focus on strengthening the family as the school of love and the cornerstone of peace.
Legacy of Peace events were held around the world to honor men and women who had devoted their lives to peace and to mark their passing into the afterlife. The first of these was held at the United Nations following the passing of General Alexander Haig. All 12 regions of UPF held events throughout 2010 to commemorate special UN Peace Days.
We are grateful that the region took upon themselves to celebrate and to augment the work of the United Nations in more than 80 nations with over 200 events.
One such event was Women's Day, held in 10 countries, including one at the United Nations in New York City.
The ambassador of Sri Lanka and the ambassador from Iraq shared some very important, significant improvements for women's situation in their country.
You see women from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, the United States, from all over the world coming together, having the same goal, the same ideas that we can make a difference.
Humanitarian work was carried out by UPF chapters throughout the world, including relief efforts in Haiti and Pakistan. An exciting event was held in New York to mark Africa Day, which also celebrated the 50th anniversary of independence for 17 African nations. The program was attended by all the ambassadors from the African Union and their wives, together with many officials from the United Nations, including the Secretary General, who gave congratulatory remarks.
I thank you very much, Universal Peace Federation, on this very happy Africa Day. Let us rededicate ourselves to our partnership in the pursuit of peace and progress for all Africa's people.
To mark the 10th anniversary of the UPF founders' call for the creation of an interfaith council at the UN, UPF held a series of consultations on this issue.
Liberals and fundamentalists in all three faiths must build bridges and attempt to avoid future confrontations. An interreligious council at the UN could assist them by holding conferences, workshops, etc. designed to reduce tensions.
We gathered in various nations around the world experts in the field of religion and diplomacy to reflect upon Reverend Moon's initial proposal, also examining the good steps forward that have been taken at the UN with a series of resolutions that are gradually building toward the establishment of an interreligious council within the United Nations system.
Under the guidance and vision of its international chairman, UPF continues to pursue its interfaith work. A tour to visit sacred sites around the world was launched, with particular emphasis on the Middle East.
Interaction with religious leaders is very full of love and heart and a desire to inherit the rich tradition and to cooperate, collaborate into doing something great.
A series of world assemblies gathered delegates to further promote an interfaith presence at the UN.
194 nations have decided to gather here to reach at solutions that are going to give the world peace.
I worked in the UN for more than 30 years. To see such a large effort from the grassroots to support the UN, I feel that to reach peace, it is possible in my lifetime.
In order to usher in a new era of universal peace, and in order to establish a United Nations that brings an end to war, conflict, poverty, suffering, and injustice, we must receive God's word and God's guidance, and we must know God's providence. That is why we gather here tonight at this World Assembly.
UPF's founder appealed to all present to continue striving for peace and unity in their nations.
He gave a dynamic, inspired speech, calling us to look deep within ourselves as well as to think about the world situation and how UPF can be that agent of change.